Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me. Okay, I'll make a start. Looks like everyone is here. So again, thank you for joining us today. We're going to be talking about COPA RF 2015 and the use of the RLM, the Role Lifecycle Management SmartSearch functionality. So my name's Carl Stevenson and I head up DataM's UK operation, and I also look after our North American sales. In today's topics, we're going to be using our database to search for a quick role design. So using the tools to look for roles that exist in our database to quickly compile a role design. We're going to show how to transfer existing roles into the system itself. And once the roles are in the system, we will use SmartSearch. In other words, see how quickly it is to find and use existing roles within the database to populate our role design. Going to discuss some of the benefits of using the COPA RLM database and some future aspects of that. So to understand what is happening, essentially we have a stock of roles in the database itself, the COPA role management system. And this database represents the stock of roles we have within our facility. From here, we can look and search for existing roles, and then we can order our production roles from a direct and detailed bill of materials from within the COPA RF role design. What we're looking at doing is searching and using suitable roles to complete our design. So what we're able to do is use the COPA role management for an easy access to an already existing role. We can then speed up the role design by using role contours that are already customized to company-specific requirements. We're not making any modifications of the design contours necessary, like matching width and so on, even the roll diameter or the fillet radii. And if we imagine for a newcomer to the organisation with limited knowledge of role design, this enables them to get familiar with the way roles have been designed in the past. And therefore this helps make things easily create a standard in role design across all users, so that roles could be changed between projects if necessary, such as diameters or drive diameters and so on. So we have to store existing tools in the system. So in order to utilize the COPA role management system, the existing roles have to be transferred to the system, to the database. And there are three different possibilities to do that. First of all, we can import from CAD drawings. We can import from existing COPA projects, and we can get information from our role itself. So first of all, storing existing tools into the system. We open our AutoCAD drawing or DXF, and we can take this information of single roles from the legacy drawings. We just identify the contour of the role and the role number by a series of mouse clicks, and then we can even assign properties to this contour, our attributes, for example, from a COPA project we're working on. We can also transfer tools from existing COPA projects by approving them to our RLM database. And we can easily transfer COPA projects by the click of a button. This allows us to use automated functions to identify the tools for cross-project usage or multiple usage inside one project. And of course we can then transfer existing COPA projects. Transferring the existing COPA projects lets the system find and replace designed roles with stock roles automatically. So in other words, we don't have to manufacture the new designed role. We can choose a role from a role tool set that already exists. So the automatic search provides easy transfer of tools from the existing projects. So you can see here in an example, we created a link between the Copra role management system here to the Copra design we're working on right now. And the cylinder role here, we've searched and we found one in our system that is suitable, and we created a link to that. And also the bottom roles. The roles which weren't found in the system, you can see here left 1T1, 1T3 and 1L1 and 1LR weren't. So this is where we would need to create a new role. So that's why we see the plus sign here. So you can see once the role is transferred to the Copra role management facility, the roles are turned green to show that they are stored in the system for later use. So then when we complete an automatic role search in a similar project, the link is created, and then you can see here that the green roles being used from another project are highlighted in our design. And then once the design is complete, we can then transfer the newly created roles also to the system as well. So it understands the link to the existing system, and then furthermore we add the new roles that we would have to design into the system in the same way. Of course, we can use our Copra role scanner, and the interface there provides easy transfer of our existing tools that exist on the shop floor, maybe legacy tools, pre-Copra, or old designs which we've had which weren't created within the Copra system, maybe from another supplier. And we can measure the roles from stock and transfer these contours into the Copra role management system as well. So we can then take data we already have to use in our new design. And of course the role if we so wish. So how do we find these roles? Well, first of all, we search for the roles by simply selecting the respective part of the profile. We select the entity using a tool very similar to Smart Roles, but it's Smart Role Search. And this then enables us to define some parameters from these entities. The angle, for example, the adjoining diameter on the left or the right, with a tolerance. So if you have anything near within a specific range, the system will find it. We can also search on roll width and borehole, for example, if we have various boreholes throughout our plant. So once we've conducted a search, we may get a hit with a lot of results, so we need to reduce this so we can find just the ones which are relevant to us. So we can specify things such as the borehole as a filter and adjoining diameters, the width, intersecting diameters, and actually whether the roll is part of a combi roll set if we use this type of thing. So once we find a roll in our results and we filtered them, we have to insert the rolls into our design. And when we do that, we can define the position of the roll on one of the available shafts in the space. And of course we can replace a formerly selected Copra roll by the selected roll from the catalogue as well. You can see here, once the roll tool set is made public, it then becomes available for use. If you have combination tool sets, these should of course all be stored in the catalogue. And in here we can show all rolls associated with one particular combination tool set, be it for a channel, a box or a C-section for example. And the system then provides a quick selection of these standard universal rolls for use in the roll design itself, thus reducing the possibility for duplication in manufacture. And finally, we can copy and paste roles from other projects. We can simply copy and paste roles from other projects we know are suitable. We can paste roles as a reference to a mother role, for example, and we can create projects for grouping frequently used standard roles, generally cylinder roles, for example. So some benefits for role forming companies. The role lifecycle management tool can be used for role design, as I'm going to show you today, only, or to manage both the role design and stock management of your tools. And of course, there's a cost saving to be had by reusing roles from finished projects that already exist within the organisation. Role contours can be found within a database and can be reused from stock, or you can manufacture new if you don't want to be taking roles from different role store locations to create one new role set. And of course, as we mentioned before, there's the cost saving and design time. So in other words, we don't need to design a new role or a suitable role each time. We can apply this geometry to the new role tool set. And of course, there's a collection of data relevant for production planning, quality management and stock taking of our roles. So I'll just give you a short demonstration of how this works. So please bear with me while I just switch applications. So you should all now be able to see my screen with the respective roles here, and I'm going to be adding these to the database. So this is just basically a legacy drawing of some role tools that we have. Some standard cylinder roles here, and you can see some cone roles over here. So first of all, we go to the RLM database toolbar, and then we import roles into the RLM database. So I select this icon, and then over here the dialog opens. So first of all, if I switch to a role design project, a live project with some attributes, bear with me 1 second, I can then now select attributes from one of my existing roles. So I will select this icon, and then I will pick one of the roles. When I pick the role, you can see the bore hole, the tolerance and the chamfer of the bore is obtained, the same as if there were bearing details applied to the role. We can now switch back over here, and I will select the icon to pick multiple roles. So first of all, I pick the icon, and now I'm asked to select the objects. So first of all, this icon, this role, it's a polyline, it's a prerequisite that, and now we pick the next one and the next one. Once I've finished selecting objects, I right click to enter, and now I'm asked to please select the roll number. So pick the first roll number, and you can see it's highlighted to tell me which roll and which numbering I need to select, the second, and then finally the third. And then you can see the roles are now here. We can edit these roles, the numbers, the names, so we could call it bot roll B13, for example. And then here we can now highlight all of the roles. Sorry, I didn't hold down the shift key, I held down the control key. Let's start that again. And now right click and save selected roles to database. We then see the icon here to show the role is now in the database and its progress is completed. So now in future when we're making any searches, we will be able to find this role. So that's adding roles to the database. Another method is, once we're happy, we can approve our project here by using this icon, and this automatically takes our project into the database and approves all roles for finding and searching. And you can see here in our COPA 2015 project type, you also would then see the database icon to the left of the project name. Here you can see a project which isn't actually in the database. So now I'm going to switch over to a project and I'm going to search for some roles which could be used in this design. So you can see on the right hand side I have some roles already, but none on the left. So no smoke and mirrors. So now I go to search role. When I go to search role, the dialog pops. And my first thing to do here is select this icon. It looks a little bit like the smart role icon, but with a pair of binoculars. So now you can see I can select the contour here and drag down the direction of the projection. I'm looking for a bottom role. So I now pick. And you can see there's some data with regards to this entity. And I can drag around the contour itself, but I'm just going to search for the cone. And I now need to pick on the left hand side here, and you can see already a role has been found which is suitable for this design. So I can see here in the list at the bottom the roles. So now once I select the role, you can see it's shown, and it's at this point I can now move the role if I wish, but you can see the intersection there is good, so I'm not going to move that. And now I can right click, or I can insert here. So if I right click, you can see the options I have, and then I can insert the role. And if I'm happy with the location, I can now apply the role. And now you can see by the colour of the role it's telling me that it's used elsewhere. Of course, if I want to make a new role tool set, I could create a copy here and edit the role just for use in this project if I needed to modify the width. But right now I'm just going to take it as is. So the same for the top role. Let's just do another quick role search here for the top. And now I'll pick on the right and hopefully I get a search result. So you can see this role isn't actually quite suitable. It's the same angle. Let's see what other roles are available. So this one didn't return such a good hit. This one would work, but it would need to be mirrored. So I'll just conduct a new search. See if I search on the cylinder. Oh, there I'm going for the smart role icon. So a top role for the projection across to here. So I found a cylinder roll, but I didn't manage to find one that would suit here, unfortunately. Let's just see if I can make a change to that. I'll just widen the tolerance for radii. This is the role I want. Let's go.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me, Carl?
Yes.
Just start at the cylindric part, drag it upwards, and go to the cone.
Okay, let's try that again.
Cancel for it. Yes, exactly. Up, go here, finish it.
There we go. Now we get it in the correct orientation. Perfect. Thank you. So now we can see the role is inserted. Now we can right click, insert the role. and now approve. OK. And then the role is shown. So you can see, once you're an expert at this, it's very quick and easy to generate your role design. We're happy with this role, and then we can insert the role. We're happy with the position. OK. We'll now go for the top role, and I'll show you some of the filtering possibilities. So here now we have several, just 2 roles which are possible, but now if we go to filter, you can see we can now filter based on our bore. So if we have another role which is 50.8, and then the adjoining role on the left. And now hit the binoculars again. We still get this, it looks like these are 2 symmetrical roles, that's fine. And we can now insert the role. So you can see here the parameters the system is searching upon, both the angle of the flange itself, the radius and the diameter. So I'm happy with this role, and I can apply the role. So you can see much quicker to complete a role tool design and to publish. So for today, that's all I wanted to show you. I guess now, if you had any questions, it's the time to ask them. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed that and you could see the possibilities with the tool and how quick and easy it is to generate role tool designs. I wish you all the very best and have a good day. Thank you. Goodbye.